Hello everyone, my group choosing fabric softener for our assignment. Why we choose this fabric softener? This is because fabric softener as an example of colloid. How we can prove it? We can prove it by performing Tyndall effect demonstration. Let's see. Okay, for the first solution is water. When we pass through the light, it transmits without scattering. For the second solution, fabric softener, we choose as our colloid. When we pass through the light is scattering. This is one of the property of the colloid. The third solution is flour mixed with water solution. When we pass through the light, there is light scattering, same as colloid, but it have particles suspended. That is why this solution different from the colloid and it is called suspension.
Hello, here I am to explain about the fabric softener. Let's learn about fabric softener. Hope you enjoy it. First of all, did you know what is fabric softener? Fabric softener is a liquid composition added to washing machine during the rinse cycle to make the clothes feel softer. Many modern washing machines have a dispenser that adds liquid fabric softener automatically on the final rinse. Wait, did you notice that fabric softener are available as solution and solid? Yes, it comes as solid and solution. In addition chemicals, fabric softener may include acid or bases. It is to maintain the optimal pH for absorption, silicone-based anti-foaming agent, emulsion stabilizer, fragrance and colors. Why we use fabric softener? Fabric softener function to coat the surface of a fabric with chemical compounds that are electrically charged, causing the thread to stand up from the surface so the fabric feels softer and make it more fluffier. Next, did you aware there are the many types of the fabric softener? Firstly is liquid fabric softener. It is the most effective at the removing odors and softening the clothes. Second is powder softener. It is not very famous, but manufacturers usually use with 2-in-1 fabric detergent and softener during the washing. Third is the dryer ball. Dryer balls are the least expensive and most eco-friendly, as they are typically made with the wool or the heat-resistant BPA-free plastic. Lastly is the dryer sheet. Dryer sheet on the other hand are the less expensive. They have the lightweight size, make them easy to lug or pack away for traveling. Then you use the liquid fabric softener or dryer sheet or others. These products soften fiber to help the reduce wrinkles, softer and add a bit of fragrance to your laundry. But using them on the certain material can actually have a negative effect on the fibers. Not all fabric goes for softener. 5 types of material shouldn't need fabric softener. First is the water repellent fabric. As for example, swimming suit. Made of fabric like a standard lycra, elastane, nylon or polyester, it doesn't absorb very much water, therefore it is dry quickly. Washing or drying the swimming wear fabric softener can cause them to attract more moisture, which can slow down the drying process and leave them with a musty smell and in some cases lead to the mold growth. Second type is flame-resistant clothing. It may affect their ability to self-extinguish. For example, by washing your children's pajamas with the fabric softener impact the flame resistant properties in the fabric. Next type is water resistant material. Fabric softener can wear down the effectiveness of the water resistant material and reduce the absorbency. It can damage when they are coated and affected. For example, the towel on drying as well after a few cycle use with the fabric softener. Besides, sportwear also is moisture wicking, meaning it moves sweat quickly to the outer layer to help it dry faster and keep any sweat from saturating. But softening agent can clog the fabric pores, breaking down its wicking abilities. And lastly is microfiber wear. The great thing of microfiber is that it's intricate thread that have ability to trap dust and absorb spill. However, if you toss it in the wash with the fabric softener, you could end up destroying their effectiveness.
Let's see what are the ingredients and its function of the fabric softener. First, quaternary ammonium cations, which is conditioner. A quaternary ammonium cation or quat is a positive ion in which the hydrogen is replaced by long-chain organic molecules. Ester quat of fatty acid is one of the cationic surfactant which is used in making the fabric softener. Quats effectively coat our clothing with lipids, making the fiber soft to the touch. These fats also make fabric a bit less absorbent, and the positive charge neutralizes static electricity. So how ester quat is produced? Refer to the reaction. I will explain how it produced. From the picture, we can see in the presence of catalyst orthophosphoric acid, fatty acid react with triethanolamine under the temperature 160 Celsius to 170 Celsius. From this reaction, diester of fatty acid and triethanolamine is produced. The reaction also generates water which later is stripping out and removed from the reaction system. Next reaction is called quaternization reaction, which fatty acid from diester is reacted with alkylation agent such as dimethyl sulfate to produce quaternary ammonium cation. The second ingredient is calcium chloride. This water-absorbing crystal make quartz tend to clump into fatty globules. Calcium chloride draws water out of them by osmosis, keeping the glue flowing smoothly. The third is emulsifier, such as polyethylene glycol 8000. Emulsifiers are chemicals that are used in fabric softener along with conditioning agents to make the solution stable. Without emulsifiers, the softener liquid will separate into two parts or phases. Emulsifiers are functional ingredients that have both lipophilic and hydrophilic properties at once, as their molecular structure has both hydrophilic as well as hydrophobic part. The emulsifier is absorbed in the interface between the two liquids, thereby forming a film between both products. The polar part of an emulsifier molecule has an affinity with water, while the non-polar part, which is fatty chain, tends to be attracted to the fatty phase. Next is antimicrobial, such as isothiazolones. Antimicrobial additive imparts antibacterial properties when added to a fabric softener, which may help in reducing the amount of bacteria there is in the laundry. Next is perfume. But fabric softener is especially important for our own sense, our personal odor. The fragrance makes us feel good. We perceive the freshness of our clothes and we are comfortable with the garments that we wear. Next is alcohol, such as ethanol and isopropanol. Alcohols act as antifreeze to keep fabric softener from solidifying, especially when shipped or stored in the freezing temperature environment. 7 is deionized water. It acts as a solvent and carrier for all the other ingredients. It also acts as a preservative for quartz and eliminates any ferric ion, which is dissolved ion, present in your laundry water, which can yellow some fabrics. And the last is colorant. Colorant are generally added to liquid fabric softening for visual appeal to the consumer as well as identity of the product. Now we see how does fabric softening is made. First, the tank filled with the specified amount of deionized water, which is 80 to 90%. Second, the water is heated at certain temperature, which is 70 to 80 degrees Celsius, and mixed using propeller in the mixing tank. Third, The emulsifier, which is 1 to 10%, are added when water temperature reach to appropriate temperature since it tends to be waxy solid material at ambient temperature. It is very important to disperse the emulsifier homogeneously prior to add the less water soluble material. Fourth, the conditioner, which is 5 to 10%, which is not typically water soluble, is added, and at this point heating and mixing continues until the batch is homogeneous. Fifth is water is circulated around the tank to lower the temperature before adding remaining ingredients, which is less than 1%, such as preservative, dyes, and fragrance are added. Last, product passing quality specification is ready to be filled into the plastic bottle. Okay, let's see how does fabric softener work. Fabric softener normally is added during the final rinse cycle, allowing it to penetrate into the fabric fiber of clothes. The softener are then maintained as they are dry, preventing static cling while leaving the cloth with a nice scent. From the picture, there is show the comparison of the fabric threads when washed with detergent only versus when treated with detergent plus fabric softener. Let's see softening mechanism. The fabric softener contain cationic surfactant that have two long alkyl chains as their main component. The explanation for the softening mechanism is that softener lowers the fiber-to-fiber friction. It happens when the cationic vesicles in water are absorbed to the surface of the fibers, which is electrostatically negatively charged, as shown in figure. During the drying process, vesicles collapse and the fiber surfaces are covered by layers of the hydrophobic alkyl chains that have low surface energies in air. It is believed that this process causes a reduction in friction between fibers, leaving cotton clothes softened. Thus, the softness of clothes after using a softener depends on the friction between fibers.
Today, I want to present about benefit of fabric softener. After rinse and spin, the fabric conditioner reduces inner fiber friction, which results in smoother clothes just by hanging with hanger, less wrinkle, and the fabric are not shrink. The clothes without softener are still wrinkled, and even though hanging with hanger after dry, it still have wrinkles. Also, softener make ironing easier and faster by lowering surface friction. The iron slides more easily over the clothes, so less effort is needed. The clothes without softener need more effort and time to iron. But still left some wrinkles after ironing. This demo reduce water absorption by touching with tissue. Reduce drying time by absorption less water during the rinse, which means clothes are less wet at the end of the cycle. There is less water absorbed by the tissue. The clothes without the softener are more wet after rinse and spin, so it needs more time to dry. There is more water are absorbed by the tissue. That's all from us. Thank you.